Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we look into IT instruction, which is a part of branching instructions. So under branching instructions, we have seen the various conditional branches, right? There are different symbols or conditions that you can check for, like EQ, IEQ for equal, NE for not equal, and LT for less than, GT for greater than, and so on. So these conditions were combined with the B, that is the branch mnemonic, to form the conditional branching instructions. BEQ means branch on equal, BNE means branch on not equal, and so on. Now there is IT instruction. The full form of this is if then. So this if then block can be used as a substitute to branching instructions. So instead of branching instructions, we can use this if then instruction, which performs a similar function, but it can provide up to a maximum of 4 conditionally executed statements. Okay, so you can have 4 conditional statements in this if then block. The advantage of using this IT instruction instead of branching instructions is it will avoid the branching penalty. That is, on branching instruction, the program on execution of a branching instruction like the BEQ, that means it is a branch on equal. In other words, if the Z flag is equal to 1, it will branch to the given label. So in this case, the program flow is going to be changed. That is, initially it would be executed in the sequential order. Sequential order means one instruction after the other. But when it comes across a branch instruction, the sequential flow, the program flow will be changed, and it will jump to some other location where the label is specified, right? But in IT instruction, this changing of the program flow can be avoided, and as you see here, it can provide a maximum of 4 conditionally executed statements. So we'll see the syntax of this IT instruction. The syntax is IT. IT is the mnemonic, and then there is XYZ. So this XYZ can be T or E. Okay, here in the syntax, general syntax, it is specified as XYZ, but this XYZ can be letters T or E. We'll see how it is. And next is the condition. So it is like your if then block, if then statement construct that you use in your C program. In C program, what do? You first write if followed by the condition, right? So that condition will come here. That condition will come here. Okay. So now following that IT instruction is an instruction 1. So if the condition in the C block, in the C program, when you execute the if then construct, then what do we write is if condition is satisfied, then immediately following the that statement will be the if block, right? The condition to be executed if the condition is the instruction to be executed if the condition in the if statement is satisfied, right? So this instruction 1 will be that is, if this condition is true, then this will be executed, instruction 1. Okay, and instruction 2, instruction 3 and instruction 4 will be in correspondence to XYZ. Okay, so instruction 2 will be executing based on X, instruction 3 will be corresponding to Y, and instruction 4 to Z. As I have told you, this XYZ can be T or E. Okay, So the instructions will not be simple instructions as we have seen so far. We have seen various data transfer instructions and data processing instructions. Data transfer instruction like the move instruction and all, and data processing instructions like add, subtract or shift, rotate, all these things. So these here the instructions won't be appearing in just that original form, but they will be appended with a condition. That is why you see here instruction 1 condition, instruction 2 condition or not condition, instruction 3 same thing. That means instruction 1 should always have the condition whatever you specify here, okay, whatever you specify here. So this condition means it will be your symbol that we have seen, EQ, NE, LT, GT, whatever, okay. So this is that, okay. Instruction 2 can be condition or opposite of that. That is, if you have used EQ here, here the instruction 2 condition can be EQ or NE. Similarly, for instruction 3, it can be same as this condition or opposite of that, not of condition. And similarly, instruction 4 also same thing. And these operands will be your usual operands, okay. So as I have told, X specifies the execution condition for the second instruction, Y specifies the execution condition for the third instruction, and Z specifies the execution condition for the fourth instruction, and the first instruction following the IT executes if the condition is true. So this condition, so that's why this and this should be same, okay. This will be more clear when you look at an example. So this is the table for the conditions for branches or other conditional operations. So this table I have already explained in while dealing with the branching instructions. Now again I have reproduced this because these are the conditions for branches. That means they can be combined with the B mnemonic, branching mnemonic, for obtaining the branching, conditional branching instructions, or they can also be combined with other conditional operations. So as you see, these are the different conditions that will be based on the value of the status flags, and these status flags will be changed depending on the result of previous operation. So for example, if I have say the instruction, the basic data transfer instruction is move. So if I write move R1 comma R0, then this instruction is going to copy the content of R1 into R1, R0 into R1, okay. Now this instruction can be combined with any of these conditions, any of these conditions, that is LT. Say suppose I take this LT. Now this becomes a conditional operation, meaning it will move the value of R0 into R1 only if the less than condition is satisfied, okay. So obviously this could be executed before after a compare instruction or something like that. So there was some compare instruction here, so it will be executed after this. So the compare instruction is going to modify the status of the flags. So if the condition for less than is satisfied, then the transfer of R0 to R1 will take place. That is the meaning of this. So that is why I told these are the conditions for branching instructions as well as for other conditional operations. We'll look into an example to understand this. So this is a piece of code. It's a C code. If construct, if R0 is greater than R1, so these are some identifier names, then R2 equal to R0 and R3 equal to R1. Else R2 equal to R1 and R3 equal to R0. So I'm just doing some data transfer, from one identifier to other identifier. So if R0 is greater than R1, then R2 and R3 will get the values of R0 and R1 respectively. Otherwise, R2 and R3 will get. That means whichever is greater will be held in R2 and the other number will be in R3. Okay. So just to translate this into, so if into assembly code, if I had to use the branching instruction, then I would just compare R0 and R1. Say CMP R0 comma R1, and then I would branch. Now if branch less than means it will be the else block. So down, so here down I would write this, that is R2 equal to R1 and R3 equal to R0, right? And if it was not less than, that means it is greater than, then this block of statements I would be writing here. So here the thing is, it is going to change the program flow. Okay, the same thing can be written in a IT instruction. So as usual, CMP R0 comma R1 remains the same, that is comparing R0 comma R1, which is going to perform R0 minus R1, right? Now if R0 is less than R1, then the less than condition will be satisfied. Sorry, if R0 is greater than R1, then the greater than condition will be satisfied, right? So I write the condition as GT. Okay, if you see here, the syntax is IT XYZ condition. Okay, IT some XYZ and condition, right? So this condition I write as GT, and IT is there in the syntax only. Now I have to substitute for X, Y, Z. Okay. So as I have told, the first instruction will be executed if this condition is satisfied. Okay. So the instruction condition should be same as the condition in the IT instruction. That means the condition in the IT instruction is GT. So whatever I write here, first instruction condition should also be GT. So first instruction is move R0 to R2. So move R0 to R2 is the instruction and the condition will be GT. So the mnemonic becomes MOV GT. Okay. Now the second instruction, this is instruction 1. The second instruction is corresponding to X. And I have also mentioned while discussing the syntax, X, Y, Z corresponds to T or E. T stands for then and E stands for else. Okay. So the second instruction is R3 equal to R1. Move R3 comma R1. So this will be executed if the condition is true, right? So then the condition symbol here should be T. The condition here should be T. So T is when the condition is true, then that statement will be executed. So the second condition should be executed if the, second instruction should be executed if the condition is true. So that will be in the then block. Okay. So that is why X is T and the second instruction is move R3 comma R1. That is why since it is T, the condition symbol should be same as the condition in the if then statement. So it is GT. So move GT R3 comma R1. Okay. So the next instruction is move R2 comma R1. Move R2 comma R1. Now this is actually in the else block. It is in the else block, meaning if this condition is not satisfied, it has to execute this. So here our condition is GT. So whatever instructions we want to execute in the else block should be having the condition opposite to this condition. Okay. So opposite of GT will be LE. So move R2 comma R1 will be move LE R2 comma R1, and we have seen that instruction 3 will be corresponding to Y. Instruction 3 will be corresponding to Y, and this instruction 3 is executed in the else block. That is why Y will be replaced here by E. Y is E. Similarly, the next instruction is also in the else block. It is move R3 comma R0. So that is also in the else block. That is why its condition is opposite of GT, that is LE. So the instruction is move LE R3 comma R0, and as I have told you, instruction 4 is corresponding to Z, and Z should be E because it is in the else block. So only thing you have to take care here is these three letters. These three letters, whether they can be T or E. So depending on the instruction that is being executed, if it is being executed in the if block, then it is to be written as T, and if it is executed in the else block, here these letters should be E. Okay. And whatever instruction is executed in the if block should have the condition same as you have it here in the first line, and whatever instructions are being executed in the else block will have the condition opposite to that you have in the if block. So it is not necessary to always have 4 conditional instructions in the IT instruction. Okay, you can have any number from 1 to 4. So if there is only one conditional instruction, then it will be simply the if condition. If then execute this instruction. So if in that case the syntax becomes IT if then the condition and only one instruction, and that one instruction will have the condition same as what you have specified in the IT instruction. So example for this will be IT equal, that is you will be checking for the equality for some comparison which you have done in the previous statement. So if in that case, if it is equal, that is if the Z flag is set, this instruction will be executed. So add EQ means add if the Z flag is set, R0 equal to R0 plus R1. If your IT block has got 2 instructions, then the syntax will be IT and there will be only one X here. Okay. So IT condition, so if this condition is satisfied, the first instruction to be executed will be if the condition is satisfied. So it will have condition same as this, and the second instruction will be pertaining to X, means if it is to be executed, if this condition is true, then it will have the condition same as the instruction 1, otherwise it will be not of that condition. For example, now this one is a if then else block. Okay, in that case one instruction each in if block and else block. So the instruction becomes IT, the condition is GE. So if greater than is satisfied, greater than or equal to, GE is greater than or equal to, if GE is satisfied, then it will execute this instruction, first instruction. So the first instruction will have a condition same as the condition given here, so it is GE only. So add GE, R0 equal to R0 plus R1, and otherwise the other condition, suppose this in second instruction is the else block. In that case the X here, so there will be only one X for in case of 2 conditional instructions. So that X will be else, that is else will be written here as E. Okay. So E, so this will be the second instruction is for E in the else block, and since it is E, it should have condition opposite to this. So the opposite to this greater than or equal to is less than. So that is why add less than R0 comma R0 comma R3. Okay, that is R0 equal to R0 plus R3. Now if you have three conditional instructions, then there will be first instruction for same as the condition. If this condition is satisfied, first instruction will be executed. Second and third instruction will be executed based on X and Y. Okay. So there will be three instructions. Example for this is IT. So IT, the condition is if then, the condition is GT. So the first instruction will have the condition GT. It is to add R0 and R1 and store in R0. The second instruction will be pertaining to X, and this X is it's some code which we don't know. This is just an example. So X corresponds to E. That means this second instruction is if this condition is not satisfied. Okay, if this condition is not satisfied, that is why X is E. So the condition for the second instruction should be opposite of GT, that will be less than or equal to. Opposite to greater than is less than or equal to. So this instruction is going to add R0 and R3 and store in R0. And the third instruction is again if the condition is true. Okay, so that is why Y is replaced by T. So since it is then it will have the same condition as in the IT instruction. So it is GT here. So add GT R2 comma R4 comma #1. So this is going to increment R4 and store in R2. So you can note here, unlike your if statement in the C program or the branching instructions, wherein you should have the if block together and the else block together. You cannot mix up the if statement, the instructions to be executed in the if block and the instruction to be executed in the else block. But here you have that flexibility. You can just shuffle this. Here you can see the first one is the else, the first X is else. So the second instruction is the else block, opposite of this condition, and the third instruction is the T. That is why it will be same as this condition in the if then statement. The last is with the four conditional instructions. So it's a full-fledged one which we have seen in the syntax. So if there are four conditional instructions, then there will be IT XYZ. XYZ can be any of T or E and condition. So as you know, first instruction will be executed if the condition is satisfied. Second instruction will be based on X, third instruction based on Y, and fourth instruction based on Z. So example is IT, the condition is not equal. So the first instruction should have the same condition, not equal. So it is add NE R0 comma R0 comma R1. Second instruction is pertaining to X. So X here is E, right? X here is E. E means else block. So it should be complement of this NE. Complement of NE will be equal to. Complement of not equal to is equal to. So the second instruction should have the condition EQ. Okay. So add R0 comma, some operation is to be performed. So add R0 comma R0 comma R3. The third instruction will be pertaining to Y, and Y here is T. So T means it should have condition same as in the condition, that is not equal to. So add NE R2 comma R4 comma #1, and last instruction will be in correspondence to Z. Z is also T here. So that means in the then block, if block itself, then it is NE only. So the last instruction should also have condition same as the condition here, that is NE. So it is move NE R5 comma R3. Okay. We look at the second example which involves data processing instructions. So the C code, the piece of code, that's the if construct, if then if else construct is, if R1 less than R2, then R2 equal to R2 minus R1 and R2 equal to R2 divided by 2. Okay. Else, that is if R1 is not less than R2, that means R1 is greater than R2, then R1 equal to R1 minus R2, R1 equal to R1 divided by R2. Okay. So here the IT instruction will be like this here. So compare R1 comma R2. Okay, R1 comma R2. So it is checking if R1 is less than R2. So this instruction is actually going to perform R1 minus R2. Okay, R1 minus R2. Now I have to check if R1 is less than R2, then these instructions and R2, then these instructions have to be executed. So for that I put the condition IT if then LT, that is it is checking if less than. Okay, so if it is less than, then the instructions 1 and 2 has to be executed, otherwise instruction 3 and 4 have to be executed. So that is why the first two instructions should be TT and first two instructions should have the condition same as this, that is LT, and the next two instructions should have these two instructions should have the condition opposite of LT, that is greater than or equal to, that is GE. Okay, so here I should be putting what is XYZ. X is T here. So first instruction to be executed will be based on this condition. Okay, so first instruction is subtract less than R2 comma R1. So it is going to perform R2 equal to R2 minus R1 if the condition less than is satisfied. That is why the instruction is appended with the condition LT. Okay, second instruction is R2 equal to R2 divided by 2. So you can note that any number, binary number, if you shift it to the right, then it will be divided by 2. Say for example, let me take the binary equivalent of 4. 4 is 0, 1, 0, 0. Okay, I am just taking 4 bits for easy demonstration. Now, if I shift this to the left by 1, then this becomes 1, 0, 0, 0. So, this becomes equal to 8. 8 is nothing but 4 into 2, right? Now, instead of this, if I shift this 4 to the right, then this 1 will come here, 0, 0, 1, 0. That is 2. So it is nothing but 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2. Okay. So shifting to the right is going to divide the number by 2 and shifting to the left is going to multiply the number by 2. So here we need to perform R2 by 2. That's why I am shifting this number to the right. That's why I am using the instruction LSR. Okay. LSR. And since it is in the if block itself, if then block, the second instruction corresponds to the letter X. So X is written as T only here. Okay. So I am shifting to the right, R2 I am shifting to the right by 1 position, #1. Now else the next two instructions have to be executed. So the opposite of LT is GE. So this instruction should be having GE. The instruction is R1 minus R2. So subtract GE, R1 comma R2 is going to be executed. So since it is in the else block, Y, this instruction corresponds to Y. Y should be written here as E. Okay. And the next instruction is R1 divided by 2. As I have told you, the division operation is done by this right shift by 1, LSR R1 comma #1. Now again, since it is else block. It is in the else block. So that is why it is opposite of the condition given here. So it is GE, and since it is else block, this Z should be replaced by E. Okay. So dot W, because here the 32-bit instruction is demonstrated. Okay. So summarizing, the branching instructions, including all the conditional as well as unconditional branching instructions, I have just summarized here. So B stands for unconditional branch, and B along with the condition. The condition we have already seen, EQ, NE, LT, GE, all these are conditions based on the status of the flags. So B associated with some condition will be the mnemonic for conditional branch. BL stands for branch with link. So this is going to call a subroutine and also store the return address in the link register. Now, if your if your branching label is contained in some register, then the mnemonic becomes BX. Okay. So BX, so this is the mnemonic is BX comma register, BX register name. Okay. Now if the BL instruction also, if the return value is the branching instruction is in the register, then it will branch with link and branch to the address specified in the register. And the other two instructions which are combined with the compare, the branching instruction combined with the compare instruction. Okay, conditional branching instruction combined with the compare instruction, that is CBZ. So this will compare, this will take two operands. So this will compare and branch if it is 0. That means it will compare two numbers. If they are equal, the Z flag will be set. So if the Z flag is set, it will branch to the given label. The other opposite of this is CBNZ. CBNZ means it will compare two numbers and branch if Z equal to 0. Okay. And branch equal to 0 in the sense branch equal to branch if the 0 flag is not equal to 1. Okay. And IT is the if then instruction which we have just seen. Okay.
Thank you.